Hi team, this is a video demo for City Africa Ring. So I've set up 7 different users here. So we are testing different test cases here. So if you look at the summary, there are 7 possible ways that the user can be into. So first is for current date, you can either be failed or approved, and then for occur date -1, same thing, failed or approved. And then for users -2, so either you are approved or you get failed, and once you are failed, your bill date will be moved to the next month. You can also, if you have been declined for 2 consecutive months, and this is your third month getting declined, that auto ship will be deactivated. So those users will be listed here. So we're going to test these 7 scenarios, and then for all the deactivated users, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities of getting declined. So this should be posted to the GPG account, and then for the rest of the users, the 3 remaining approved users, since we will be using the test credit card, they will not be reflected in the gateway. So I will run the cron first. So before proceeding to the um, transactions, I will explain first the test users. So my first user is user ID 20. So this user is set to be deactivated. So this is user ID 20 scenario. So it has been declined 2 times in a row. I mean 2 months in a row. And then this is the third time of the third month that this user will be rebuild. So since I've set this user with a deactivated, I mean an incorrect credit card, this user um, should have a failed transaction on Cron, and in effect they should get deactivated. The second and third one are for current date. So first one is set for approved. So and then second one is for failed. And then as you see here, both auto ships have not yet been billed for today. So since their next delivery date is currently January 1. So for the last two, so for this one, um, fourth and fifth, first one would be approved, and then second one is declined. And then for the last 2 rows, which are for current date -2, so first user will be approved again, and then second user is declined. So for second user, since it's the third time for this month as this user would be rebilled, the next delivery date should be moved to February after their transaction has been failed. So all backend team members will be receiving a copy of the summary of the bills. So for current date, as you see here, this user is approved, and then this is declined, so and so forth. And then let's check this in the transactions table later. First, let's check the email. So These are the emails that would be received by the user. So this is a declined email. And this is an approved email. So, yep. And then next is, let's check the transactions table. So these are the results of our transactions and are updated at the ship. So first, let's check for the deactivated user, which is user ID 20. So this is user ID 20's auto ship, and then as you see here, is active is now set to 0. Next delivery date has not been moved. So this is their, today is their, or 2 days ago was their bill date, so no change there. And then since you have already deactivated auto ship, times declined and month declined has been both set back to um, 0. And then next is, so let's check the transaction first. So this is um, user ID 20's transaction, so it's failed and amount is 276.80. So 276.80, it was just rounded off. 276.80. And then, so again, these failed transactions, we will check this later in the gateway. So next is customer ID 84, ending in 84. So this is approved. So bill date is, should be next month. So next delivery date has become April 11, which is incorrect. So I will be checking this first. Anyway, let's proceed on checking 84's transaction. It should be where is the total? So total is 165.27 rounded off. So that is also correct. And then next is the decline transaction for today. So card date. And then so the next delivery date is not updated, which is correct. And total is 826.43. Okay. And then the times a month decline should be updated. So it's now set to 1. So it has been declined once for this month. And then next entry is an approved for current date -1. So if you see here again, the next delivery date is still incorrect. So I'll be checking that one. Whereas the total is 526.37. So 526.37 and it's approved. So since it's approved, times declined and month declined will be both set to 0 as you see here. And then the next auto ship, which is 487, is a decline to 174.88 rounded off. So I will also round that off. So that's correct. And then since it is declined, it will set the month declined to +1. So now it's 2, so it has been declined twice already. So if you go back to the next delivery date of this declined transaction, it has not moved, so it's still current date -1. So for this next user, it is approved for current date -2. So total is 216.14. So if you check that here, that's also correct. And then since it is approved, again, the months declined and times declined are set to 0. And then the last one is failed transaction. Failed transaction. So total 123.91. So that's correct. Since it is failed for the third time this month, it will set the month's decline to 0 and then times decline to 1, meaning it has already been declined it has already been tried 3 times this month, and next month we will need to try rebilling it again. So we will move the bill date to months after today. The current date, the next delivery date for this user was January 9, so we are moving it to next month. So I'll be checking the next delivery dates for the approved transaction, and I will also be setting this all to rounded to decimal digits. So for now, let's check if our transactions are added to GPG. So I'm gonna get the invoice of the failed transactions. So this is the GPG gateway, so we will check them according to their invoice ID. So let's check for the failed transactions only. So first is 161462 with the amount 276.80. So 1462 and the amount is 276.80, so that is correct. Next failed transaction is 1459 with amount 826.43. 1459. Okay, 1459 826.43, so that's correct as well. Then failed 1461 with amount 174.88. 1461 174.88, and lastly 1464 123.91. 1464 123.91. So that's all for this video demo, and then I'll have another video demo with the fixes on the next delivery date for approved transactions. Thank you.